it can be really hard to bet on yourself, even when you know you have to, right? And I think we have to really acknowledge the both and the and when we talk about this idea of self-knowing and self-love and betting on you and being delusional and all that stuff, right? Because it's necessary, but it's also terrifying when you don't have any templates, right? And this is not going to be coherent, so just roll with me here, okay? This is just thoughts that I've been having, because today's not been the easiest emotionally, and it's because I own my own business, right? I went out on my own about a year and a half ago because I had to. I was miserable in higher ed, and it wasn't working, and I knew it hadn't been working for years, but I was also afraid to leave because I didn't know what else to do. But the thing is, I also did know what to do because I've been doing it in higher ed for the past 20 fucking years, especially the past 10. Y'all, I built so much shit for other people in other people's houses, right? Don't build shit in an institution because it will take it. It's not yours, it's theirs. That is the hardest lesson I've had to learn. Built offices. I built an institute in a year, right? Created whole ass programs, made new concepts and wrote about them, presented on them. My office's work was the only thing at one time the former institution I worked at could even use as a positive in their trustee book, because the rest of the institution literally was either underwater with funding, and I had external funding, so I always had to keep my books clean, or they had horrible retention rates except for my location. So I had the evidence that I could do this shit, that I could create out of nothing and make something, right? But then when I had to tell myself to do it for me, I was scared. It was like the fear kept me paralyzed because it was an unknown, right? And then I just said, fuck it, because I was so trapped and miserable, I went out on my own. And let me tell you something, it is not like the fear goes away, right? Some days I'm oscillating between absolute terror that I'm going to quote unquote not make it, and then having absolute ecstasy saying, yes, bitch, you got this, right? You got to be your own fucking hype person at this point. And I swear to God, all I do is try to hype myself up, telling myself to keep going and keep doing, right? And that's what got me into dreaming, because if I didn't dream for myself, I would have been stuck in a goddamn nightmare that wasn't even my own, but that I was constructing and helping build around me. So that's why I went and started Abolitionist Dreamscapes, and I don't know. I don't know the point of this video. I guess to say, check my shit out, y'all. If you can, if you learn from me, if you like what I'm talking about, hell, even if you don't, but you're intrigued, I got all kinds of options. I got free resources. I present, I give talks, I have a podcast, I got a Patreon, right? I don't know, but I guess I'm saying, man, you got to bet on you, but just know it will be scary, but that fear is also telling you that it's right for you because it is